Michelle McVie from 96.9. This is our final award for the night. Can I have Chief Mahoney, the former chief of the Woburn Police Department, up here, please? The pain no one will ever know. Just go right here, Chief. No, just stay right here. You don't have to come up the stairs. The pain no one will ever know. No one will ever know. I think everybody knows that the story of Jack McGuire is pretty tragic. He was shot by a guy who was paroled 2 days earlier by Deval Patrick. He was shot by a man that was paroled after being given 3 life sentences because he was so dangerous that a liberal Massachusetts judge sentenced him to 3 life sentences. And then Deval Patrick thought that because he got a GED while he was in college, while he was in prison, that he was safe to walk amongst us, and he shot and killed Jack McGuire. Well, I wish I had a lot more time tonight to tell you why the next recipient's getting his award. But while we all remember Jack, we may not remember, because the media didn't cover it as well, a Woburn police officer. By the way, Desiree, can you come up, please? The widow of Officer Jack McGuire, please, is here today. Of standing ovation, the widow of Officer McGuire. Everybody who left was the best part of the night. Dan Strange, please come up. The Woburn guys, if you hear Dan Strange. So a couple weeks ago, I had a phone call on my radio show by a retired Woburn police officer, Bob DiNapoli. Is Bob here too? Want to bring him up? Come on up, Bob. Bob called into my show because he knows how much we care about firefighters and police officers. Bob DiNapoli was a Woburn police officer. He responded to a jewelry store robbery where he was shot, and the person who shot him jumped on the hood of his car and emptied his clip down into him 6 more times. He died. They brought him back. And then, when he went to the town of Woburn to have his health benefits paid for, they screwed him out of his benefits.
That's a true story. Absolutely a true story. Absolutely.
And then, after they tried to screw him out of his benefits for being shot 6 times in the line of duty, they then tried to screw him out of his pension. So he called into my show to tell his story, and the real saddest thing about all that is that we tape our show every week, but that show didn't get taped because there was a problem with the computer. And I said to my co-host afterwards, boy, I really wish I had that on tape because I'd love to give that guy an award someday. And my co-host Paul Morano said give him one this year. He was right. Paul, you still here, Paul? Did you leave? Thank you, Paul. But it gets better. It gets better. He gets shot 6 times. He dies, they bring him back. His town that he died for, literally died for, screws him out of his benefits, tries to screw him out of his retirement, and then you know what this guy goes out and does? He's not bitter, he's not angry, he's not looking to get even with anybody. He volunteers his time with every graduating police academy class to explain his story so that what happened to him will never happen to them. That's amazing. He can't see right, he can't hear right, he can't walk right. He doesn't understand things the way he used to understand them because he chose to put on a uniform and go out and protect every one of us. And when he got hurt protecting every one of us, the civilian leaders of his town tried to screw him. And the public did nothing. So I said, let us, as members of the Valley Patriot family, the WCAP family, the WCCM family, all of the different organizations that we work with, One Tail at a Time, and the Lawrence High School Alumni Association, all the groups that we do business with, all the businesses that we purchase goods from. Let us start to be the ones who go out and tell the stories and defend our cops, because the civilian leaders of our towns and our cities are doing a really terrible job. So tonight I decided that our final award, and I'm sorry that you had to wait so long for it, but I really think it was worth it. Our final award tonight for the Officer Tom Duggan Public Safety Memorial Award to go to Bob DiNapoli for not only dying for us, but coming back and helping people.
Thank you very much. I'm Chief Mahoney. I'm retired 4 years now. And I just want to say this. There's a little bit more to that story. I won't keep you long. Not because it's snowing out. I don't want the guys in the bar to drink too much. That's a joke, guys. Seriously, there's a lot of heroes here tonight. Tom Duggan is one. His father died. I'm not done. His father died in the line of duty 25 years ago. I met him December 26th, this past, at Jack McGuire's 4-year anniversary in Woburn, 9 o'clock at night at Coles, where he was killed in the line of duty, face down in the snow. But there's more heroes here too. That day, when Bobby DiNapoli responded to the first car into the silent alarm at that jewelry store, the third car in was Mark Gibbons, who was right here beside me. His wife is sitting over here. But by this time, the suspect had ran across the street into a residential area. Officer Gibbons turns left into Mayflower Road, and this idiot, this jerk, who's now in jail for 30 years, he opens fire on Officer Gibbons through the windshield. Officer Gibbons returns fire through the windshield. He steps outside his car, and there's a firefight. There's 17 shots fired with Officer Gibbons. How he survived, I'll never know. On top of that, Officer Gibbons, his brother Jack Gibbons was killed in the line of duty. He's on the wall down there in Washington, D.C. So my heroes of tonight are all public safety people here, but I have to recognize their wives. Mark, your wife, and your wife Janice, I'm sorry. I have to recognize Desiree, Jack's wife. She has been the rock from the very day this happened. From the moment I met her in the hospital, I had to tell her her husband didn't make it. It was just so bad. Bobby, you're the hero. I know you were hit 4 times. I know you're blind in one eye. You were just the best. God bless you all. God bless everyone here. And a prayer for all our public safety people, please. Thank you and good night.
Okay, everybody,